It is the rematch between the Florence Flamingos taking on the Asheboro Zookeepers. This time here at McCrary Field here in Asheboro in North Carolina. It is a battle between North and South Carolina here between the Mingos and the Zookeepers. And with that, welcome everybody to the broadcast booth right behind home plate. This is Bryan Miller with Flamingo Radio. So thankful you all are spending your early July evening here with us here in the great state of North Carolina. Mingos looking to bounce back after a tough loss Monday night against the Forest City Owls. Mingos leaving a couple of runners on in the 8th and 9th innings and losing by 2. That late rally coming back to haunt them against one of the best teams in the Western Division. They're taking on another tough opponent here tonight in the Asheboro Zookeepers, coming into tonight's game 15-10, but they have lost 5 of 7, but looking to rebound here tonight. They have won 2 of their last 3, so they're looking to continue their hot streak here against the Florence Flamingos. It will be the righty Paulie Mancino leading things off for Florence, facing the righty Peter Lemke from Denison College. First pitch from Lemke is a little outside for ball number 1. Lemke coming from Denison. He's making his 3rd appearance and start with the Zookeepers. The 1-0 to Mancino. That one a little inside, and we'll start off 2-0. Lemke has thrown 7 2/3 so far this season. Has given up 6 runs and 9 hits. Has 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. 2-0 to Mancino. Fouled back behind home plate, and the count will go to 2-1. Opponents are hitting .281 against the righty Lemke so far this CPL season. Mancino looking to get things started for the Mingos. 2-1. Called strike 2. Mancino making his 15th appearance in CPL play for the Flamingos, batting .222 this season. 2-2 blooped into the outfield and will be caught by the second baseman Sal Lamo for out number 1. Wasn't a particularly hard hit ball off of the bat of Mancino, but looked like it might go just enough to bloop into the outfield, but Lamo able to get a good jump on it and glove it for out number 1. The left fielder Luke Schwartz now up. First pitch to him, fouled back behind home for strike number 1. Batting order for the Mingos tonight, it will be Mancino, Luke Schwartz, Anthony Quigley on deck, Enrique Alvarez in the hole, then Tim Dickinson, Alex Laird, and Sammy Fisher in the 7 hole. 0-1 pitch from Lemke, a little outside. Count evens up at 1-1. And rounding out the order for the Mingos tonight is the catcher Colin Lindsay and the right fielder Gavin Johnson from Gardner-Webb making his Flamingo debut. 1-1 fouled back by Schwartz. The count will go to 1-2. Schwartz 0 for 2 in Monday night's game against Forest City. Was hit by a pitch though, so was able to get on base once. 1-2. That one a little upstairs, and the count will even up. Waiting on the 2-2 from the righty Lemke. Here's the pitch. That one a curveball and blooped into shallow left field. That will get down. First hit and base runner on the day for the Florence Flamingos. A 2-strike single for the righty Luke Schwartz. Defensively for Asheboro, it will be Sojong O behind the dish. Jarrett Pokrovsky at first, Sal Lamo at second, Nathan Krishman at short, Yariel Diaz at third, and the outfield going left to right, Eli Hamill, Cruz Newman, and Davis German in right field. Anthony Quigley now stepping in for the Mingos. First pitch off speed, swung on and missed for strike number 1. We've seen a healthy variety of pitches from the righty Lemke so far. Strong lead at first base for Schwartz. 0-1 pitch. It's that slider again. That one once again fouled back. And the count will go to 0-2. A lot of foul balls for the Flamingos tonight. Pretty much all of them have gone right behind home plate. They're not missing by much, at least so far in tonight's ball game. Lepke going back to first base. He gets past the first baseman, Pokrovsky. Schwartz rounding second, heading into third. The throw from the first baseman is not in time. It'll be a dive head first for Luke Schwartz. And now the opening run for Florence, potentially 90 feet away. So defensive miscue for Asheboro. They've been relatively strong defensively, have the 6th fewest errors in the CPL so far, came into tonight's game with 32. 0-2 pitch, that one squirting by the catcher but Schwartz will remain at third. If Schwartz timed that up perfectly, he would have had a good chance, but a slight hesitation from him at third base. He decided to stay. So a 1-2 count now to the shortstop Quigley. Here's the pitch, and that one fouled back behind home. I feel like we have said that time and time again so far tonight. Only 3 batters in, but I think that's 4 or 5 times a Flamingo batter has fouled off a pitch right behind home. So count will remain 1-2. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Runner on third base for the Mingos. Here's a pitch from Lemke. That one low and out, and the count evens up at 2-2. It'll be the lefty Enrique Alvarez on deck, and then another lefty, Tim Dickinson, in the hole. Mingos looking to get on the board first, have a great chance to do it here. Runner on third, 2-2 count to the shortstop Quigley. A pitch swung on and missed for strike number 3. So big at bat here for the first baseman Enrique Alvarez. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Runner on third base. Still a scoreless game here in Asheboro. Alvarez looking to make a good second impression. This is his second game played with Florence this season. First pitch to him, hit opposite way, and will get into the glove of the left fielder Hamill for out number 3. Looked good off the bat, but that one able to be caught by Hamill in left. Mingos leave a runner on third heading into the bottom of the first. Still scoreless here in Asheboro. Heading into the bottom of the first here in Asheboro, still scoreless. Mingo's leaving a runner on the third in the top half of the inning. Starting pitcher tonight for the Mingos, it is the righty Jackson Bryan out of Owens Community College, heading to Ashland next season, making his 5th appearance and 2nd start for Florence. Has thrown 16 innings so far, an ERA of 2.25. He's given up just 4 runs on the season and 11 hits, has 4 walks and 9 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting just 196 against the righty Bryan. It'll be left fielder Eli Hamill leading things off in the bottom of the first. He ended the top half of the inning with his catch in left field. That eliminated the at-bat from the shortstop Anthony Quigley, looking for back-to-back productive plays for the Zookeepers. First pitch to him, popped up, and that will get into foul territory down the left field line for strike number 1. Lineup today for the Zookeepers, it'll be Eli Hamill, Cruz Newman, Jake Griffith, Yariel Diaz, Sojohn O, Jarrett Pokrovsky, Nathan Krishman, Davis German, and Sal Lamo rounding out the order. 0-1 from Bryan, that one outside. The count will even up 1-1. And defensively for the Mingos tonight, it will be Colin Lindsay behind the dish, Alvarez at first, Sammy Fisher at second, Quigley at short, and Alex Laird at third base. 1-1 pitch, that one outside for ball number 2. It'll be a 2-1 count to the leadoff man Hamill. In the outfield, going left to right for the Mingos, it'll be Luke Schwartz, Paulie Mancino, and Gavin Johnson making his Flamingo debut. 2-1. That one a little low. Fastball there from Bryan, and the count will go to 3-1. Hamill coming into tonight's game, batting .357, coming from Niagara. Here's the 3-1 from Bryan. That one hit very well into right field. That is a no-doubter. 1-0 Zookeepers. It is the first home run of the season for Eli Hamill, and that one hit quite a ways over the right field wall here at McCrary Park. That one, absolutely a no-doubter. That one you knew was getting out off of the bat of Hamill. So 1-0 start for the Asheboro Zookeepers. And kind of a shocking start, to be honest. Flamingo pitchers have done a good job of limiting the long ball, as the first pitch to Cruz Newman misses the zone for ball 1. Flamingo pitchers have now given up 6 home runs on the CPL season, so still the fewest in the league, but a tough start to tonight's ball game against Asheboro. 1-0 pitch misses high to the lefty Newman, so it'll be a 2-0 count to the center fielder. Here's the pitch from the righty Bryan, and that one in the zone for strike number 1. This is a Zookeeper lineup that certainly has a lot of pop in it. Came into tonight's game slugging .422 as a team. That is tied for the best in the Coastal Plain League. 2-1. That one hit into the outfield. That will get down in center field. So another runner on for the Zookeepers. So a strong start for Asheboro tonight. The leadoff home run for Eli Hamill. And now the single for Cruz Newman. Runner on first base, still no outs here in the bottom of the first, with the DH Jake Griffith stepping in. First pitch from Bryan. That one missing low for ball 1. Griffith having an outstanding start to his season, has played in 11 games for Asheboro so far. batting .422 on the season, on base .490, and slugging .578. Bryan going back to first. Pickoff attempt not quite in time. Definitely a closer play than we all anticipated, though. But Newman will remain at first base. Newman is a perfect 9 for 9 on stolen base attempts this season. 1-0. That one hit well into right field again, approaching the right center gap, and the catch will be made by the center fielder Mancino right at the warning track. Newman tagging up from first. He will slide in. He'll be a runner in scoring position for the Zookeepers. Mingo's able to get out number 1 of the inning, though. So very nearly another home run for the Zookeepers, but Mancino is able to catch it and get the first out of the inning. So I'll bring up the third baseman, Yariel Diaz, for Asheboro. He's batting .365 this season. First pitch from Bryan. That one clubbed into left field. That will get down. It gets past the left fielder, Luke Schwartz. Newman will cruise into home plate. Diaz will remain at second. It is an RBI double for the Zookeepers. They are out to a 2-0 lead. And it was a tough play defensively for the left fielder, Luke Schwartz. It looked like he was kind of in between and indecisive as to whether or not he was going to come up and be aggressive and try to catch the ball or stay back and try to limit Newman at third base. First pitch to O is fouled back for strike 1. So Schwartz in a pretty tough position, probably a step or two behind the ball. And with the all-turf field here at McCrary Park, that one taking a strong bounce off of the turf and getting past Schwartz and into the outfield wall. 0-1 pitch, that one downstairs, and the count evens up. And another strong hitter up for the Zookeepers, Sojong Oh, batting .310 on the year, was named to the Western Division All-Star team. 1-1. That one a little outside for ball 2. 4 hitters in the Zookeeper lineup have been named to the All-Star team. Newman and Diaz, they are both starters as well. And then O and Sal Lamo, the second baseman, are reserves. 2-1 pitch from Bryan. That one lifted into center field, way shallow. Mancino is under it and will make the catch for out number 2. Diaz remaining at second base.
Next up to the Zookeepers, number 18, first baseman, University of Pennsylvania, McCrary.
So Mingo's 1 out away from getting out of the inning and limiting the damage to 2 runs. It will be the first baseman, Jared Pokrovsky, up for Asheboro. First pitch from Bryan. That one outside for ball 1. Pokrovsky batting .200 on the season so far. Has played in 6 games for Asheboro. Is coming from Penn, as in the University of Pennsylvania. Bryan looking towards second, now deals the 1-0. That one clubbed into left field, approaching the outfield wall. No play for Schwartz. It hits the top of the wall. Another run will score. To throw to second base is cut off. It gets past the second baseman, Fisher, although there is backup for the Flamingo defense. But another RBI double for Asheboro. It is now 3-0 Zookeepers. So I'll bring up the shortstop, Nathan Chrisman, for Asheboro. with the Zookeepers now up 3-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. 4 hits for the Keepers in the half inning. First pitch from Bryan, that one hit towards third base, getting past Laird into shallow left field. Runners will remain on the corners. A wide turn at first base. The throw to first is not quite in time. Flamingos almost caught Chrisman slipping, but he's able to get back safely. Now 5 hits in the inning for Asheboro. Runners on the corners for them. Still in the bottom of the first, 2 outs. I'll bring out a visit from the pitching coach, Logan Ross. Really just have to calm the nerves for the righty Jackson Grind. It's definitely been a surprising start to this ball game. Not that we're surprised to see the Zookeeper lineup getting hits and getting runs across, but against this Flamingo pitching staff that has done very well all season long, and especially the righty Jackson Grind, it has been a little bit of a shocking start. The Zookeepers ambushing the starter Grind so far. So runners on first and third. The right fielder Davis German up. Runner goes from first. Pitches outside. Throw is faked by the catcher Lindsay. So now runners on second and third for Asheboro. Pitch was a ball, so it will be a 1-0 count to the righty German. It'll be a second baseman Sal Lamo on deck. 1-0 pitch. That one hit into right field. That will get down, approaching the outfield wall, getting past the right fielder Gavin Johnson. 2 more runs will score for Asheboro. German heading into third base. He will dive in head first. An RBI triple for Davis German. A 5-run first inning for the Zookeepers.
Next up for your Zookeepers, number 8, second baseman, University of South Carolina agent, Florence Flamingos.
The hits just keep coming from the Asheboro Zookeepers. A 6th hit, 5-run first inning, and it has not ended yet. The second baseman Sal Lamo digging in. First pitch to him, slider, called strike 1. So we'll see if the All-Star Lamo keeps the inning going for Asheboro. 0-1, that one popped back, and the count will go to 0-2. So an 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Jackson Grind looking to get this inning over with. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one outside for ball number 1. Flamingo defense playing back, as you would expect with 2 outs. So is the outfield. 1-2. Slider again. That one just a smidge outside, and the count will even up at 2-2. Is the 9-hole hitter up for the Zookeepers. Eli Hamill on deck. 2-2. Curveball almost getting the batter Lamo, but staying inside, and the count will run full. So payoff pitch coming from the righty Jackson Grind. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner on third for Asheboro. Here's the pitch. That one too far in. There will be a hard-earned walk for the second baseman, Lamo.
Visit the North Carolina Baseball Academy in Greensboro.
So the Keepers have officially batted around here in inning number 1. It will be Eli Hamill digging in for the second time this inning. And he really got the party started for the Zookeepers. A leadoff home run to start off the inning. his first home run of the season. He is looking for an encore here in the rematch against the righty Jackson Grind. First pitch, runner goes from first, pitch is outside, throw down to second, and it gets past Quigley into the outfield. One more runner will score. German comes in standing up. Lamo will head towards third. Now 6-0 Zookeepers. This has certainly been an inning to forget for the Florence Flamingos. They're looking to end it here. 1-0 pitch. That went outside for ball 2. Hamill now up to 2 RBIs on the season. Can potentially get another one here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one got the back of Hamill, and he will head towards first base. The first hit by pitch for Hamill this season. It will be runners on the corners yet again for the Asheboro Zookeepers. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 6-0 Zookeepers. It will be up to the center fielder, Cruz Newman, to keep the party going. He singled his last time up. We'll see if the runner goes from first base. Hamill does go. First pitch is downstairs for ball 1. No throw from the catcher, Lindsay. Runners on second and third for Asheboro. There is now action developing in the Flamingo bullpen. 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. Still in the early stages though, so I want to trust the righty Jackson Grind to get them out of this inning. 2-0, swung on and tipped. Ball goes foul, and the count will go to 2-1. Not even through 1 inning, and all but 2 Zookeepers have gotten on base. It's a tough start for the Flamingos here tonight. 2-1 pitch from Grind. That one low for ball 3. I know it's easier said than done, but gotta throw a strike here and trust the defense behind you if you're the pitcher Grind. Here's the 3-1. That one hit into center field. Mancino going back at the warning track and makes a diving catch at the wall for out number 3. Mancino jumping up and leaping into the wall here at McCrary Park. He will glove it for out number 3. But a tough ending for the Florence Flamingos. They give up 6 runs after 1. It is 6-0 Asheboro. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. very good crowd tonight here at McCrary Park here in Asheboro, North Carolina. It is fireworks night and the 4th of July celebration here in Asheboro. And the sold-out crowd here tonight certainly treated to some fireworks in the bottom half of the first. A 6-spot put up by the Zookeepers. It is 6-0 Asheboro as we enter inning number 2. First pitch to the DH, Tim Dickinson, missing the zone, will start off 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one able to find the zone. Count evens up at 1-1. Flamingos with one hit in the first inning. It came from the 2-hole hitter Luke Schwartz, as that is chopped into the Asheboro dugout for strike number 2. He was able to get to third base after the botched pickoff attempts from Lemke, but was stranded at third. 1-2 pitch, that one outside to the lefty Dickinson. Dickinson pretty good his last time out, was 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and walks Monday night against Florida City. 2-2 pitch to him is fouled down the third base line just past the Flamingo dugout, and the count will remain even. Dickinson, probably the best Flamingo hitter in Monday night's game, looking to continue that into tonight's affair. 2-2 pitch, that one a little up for ball 3. It'll be a full count to the lefty Tim Dickinson. Alex Laird on deck and Sammy Fisher in the hole. Payoff pitch. That one swung on and fouled back. And the count will remain at 3-2. At this point, if you're the Flamingo batting order, you know you have work to do. Just have to worry about getting on base. 3-2 pitch. That one downstairs for ball 4. That will certainly get the job done for Tim Dickinson. He will head over towards first base, the leadoff man on for the Mingos. So I'll bring up the third baseman, Alex Laird, for the first time tonight. Has a runner on first base to work with here in the top of the second. Still no outs. There does have some pop in his bat. Has 4 extra base hits this season. First pitch from the righty Lemke inside for ball 1. Lemke coming from Denison. So a little bit of Ohio flavor on the mound tonight for both teams. 1-0. That one hit towards the right side of the infield. Diving play made by Lame out there. A second in time for 1. No play at first. But a nice play by Lamo at second. Able to get the leading runner for out number 1.
Coming up for the Flamingos, number 21, second baseman, Florida International University, Sam Fisher.
That one hit a few steps towards Lamo's left side. He's able to make a charge at it and dive. He's able to get up quickly and fire it towards second base to get out the speedy Dickinson. Lemke going back to first, check in on Laird. He's able to get back. Dickinson and his 13 stolen bases now heading into the dugout, as Lemke going back to first to check in on Laird again. He's able to get back. Laird does have 5 stolen bags on the season, has a healthy lead at first base. See if they try to send him in this at bat. First pitch to Sammy Fisher, missing the zone for ball 1. Fisher, along with his college teammate Enrique Alvarez, making his second appearance with the Mingos. 1-0 pitch. That one just a smidge outside for ball number 2. In that game Monday night, Fisher went 0 for 2. Had a couple of walks, though, so was able to get on base. played in 20 games for FIU, batted .222 with the Panthers. Lemke going back to first again, and Laird once again able to get back in time. You have to think if you're Lemke, you keep going back over there if you're able to trim the lead for Laird just a step, as he goes from first to throw to second base is not in time. It will be stolen base number 6 for Alex Laird, and a runner in scoring position for the Mingos. Well, as I was saying, if you're Lemke and you're able to trim the lead at first base, you could potentially get a double play ball, but that no longer the case with Laird now at second. So 2-1 count to the second baseman, Sammy Fisher. Lemke looking towards second base, and the pitch, that one outside for ball number 3. Fisher 10 for 45 with the Panthers this past college season, had 7 RBIs and 3 doubles. 3-1 pitch. That one hit towards right field. That will get through the infield. Laird being sent. Here's the throw. It is not in time. The catcher, just missing the tag. And the Mingos get on the board. So an RBI single for Sammy Fisher. Trims the deficit to 5. Should clarify on that last play, Laird was actually not sent on that last hit. The third base coach, Eli Brum, putting up his hands to say stop, 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 but he ran through the stop sign, and it ended up working out for Laird. The throw was in time from the right fielder, Davis German, but the tag from just a little behind Laird, and he is able to slide into home and get one across for the Mingos. So after a quick delay, looks like they're fixing something on the pitcher's mound. They're able to play again. 6-1 Asheboro. Runner on first base for Florence. 1 out here in the top of the second. The catcher, Colin Lindsay, up. First pitch to him. A broken bat down the third base line. Ball will end up foul, and we'll start off 0-1. The bat went further than the ball. That one getting right at the handle of Lindsay, sawing off the bat. The barrel rifling towards the third baseman, Yariel Diaz, going over his head and into shallow left field, just beyond third base and the infield. The ball, I don't even know if the ball made it to third base. Don't often see that. We've seen broken bats this season, but I don't think we've seen any bats travel as far as that one did. So an 0-1 count to Lindsay. Here's the pitch. That one finding the zone for strike 2. Yeah, that's definitely a first for this season. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Now up to 2 outs here in the second inning. So I'll bring up the right fielder, Gavin Johnson, for the Mingos. This is his first at-bat as a member of the Florence Flamingos. Johnson coming from Gardner-Webb, played in 29 games, batted .255 for the Bulldogs this past season. First pitch to him, a little low for ball 1. Johnson 12 for 47 at Gardner-Webb, had 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, 10 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base. 1-0 pitch. That one looking to bloop into the outfield. The catch will instead be made by Newman in center field, and that will end the top of the second. So Mingo's able to get one across. It is now 6-1 Asheboro entering the bottom of the second. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Bottom of the second here in Asheboro. New arm for the Mingos. It is the righty Dom Carlson, teammate of Jackson Grind this past season at Owens Community College. Carlson making appearance number 7 on the CPL season. Last through against the Blowfish last Saturday night. Through 3 innings, gave up 2 runs and 3 hits. First pitch to Jake Griffith. A little inside for ball 1. Carlson throwing 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, 3 hits, had 3 walks and 1 strikeout against the Blowfish. 1-0 pitch, that one getting Griffith, the second hit by pitch tonight, and he will head over towards first base.
Number 24, third baseman, University of South Carolina Agents, Yariel Diaz.
Control has been an issue for the righty Carlson at times this season. Has now 5 hit by pitches and 9 wild pitches. Leads the CPL in that. So running on first, no outs for Yariel Diaz. That one getting past the catcher, Lindsay. And Griffith will stroll into second base. So now wild pitch number 10 on the season for Carlson. So it'll be up to the Owens Community College product to bring up a clean sheet for the Mingos. They desperately need it. 1-0 pitch to Diaz. Swung through, and the count will even up at 1-1. That one a breaking ball, landing in the opposite batter's box, but Diaz able to flail at it and miss. Count will even up at 1-1. Carlson looking at second, now deals. Similar pitch, but a little higher up, and that one missing a little outside for ball number 2. So 2-1 pitch to the righty Diaz. Here it is. Runner breaks from second. Pitches the ball throw on third. Is not quite in time. Another stolen base for Asheboro. First on the day for Jake Griffith. Now another run for the Keepers 90 feet away. Diaz 1 for 1 today with an RBI, 3-1. That one fouled down the right field line. The count will run full. infield playing in for the Mingos. As you can expect, really can't afford to give up any more runs. Payoff pitch, that one fouled back right behind home, and the count will remain full. Diaz certainly did not miss that last pitch by very much. So the count will remain 3-2 against the third baseman Diaz. Here's the pitch from Carlson. That one fouled back again. Count will remain full. That one running in, that would have been ball 4, but Diaz able to get a piece of it right above his hands. And the count will remain 3-2. So we'll do this dance again. Here's the pitch from Carlson. That one outside, a bouncer in front of the plate. And Diaz will head towards first base via walk.
This is the North Carolina Baseball Academy in Greensboro. Making his way to the plate, number 37, catcher from Iowa University,
So runners on the corners, no outs for the catcher, Sojourn O. O now the only Zookeeper to not reach base tonight. He flew out to Mancino in center field his last time up. First pitch to him, a little low for ball 1. The only other Zookeeper that did not reach base in the first inning was Jake Griffith. And he was able to get on to start off the inning. Here's the pitch. That one hit towards second. Gloved by Fisher. Throws second in time for one. Throw to first. Scooped for out number 2, but another run will score for Asheboro. Is now 7-1. So probably not the most ideal result for the Flamingos defensively, but they are able to get 2 outs. It did cost them a run though. Now 7-1 Zookeepers. First pitch to Pakarovsky is missing the zone. Count will be 1-0 to the first baseman. Pakarovsky doubled his last time up, was able to score later on in the inning. 1-0 pitch, that one foul, and it looks like it got off of his foot. Starting to bounce around the batter's box. Walking behind home plate, around where the umpire would be, and able to shake it off and dig into the right-handed side for the 1-1 pitch. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. 7-1 Asheboro. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed for strike number 2. There's that slider from Dom Carlson. He's gotten a few swings and misses on it so far tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is that same pitch again. That one missing a little low, and the count will go to 2-2. It'll be the righty Nathan Chrisman on deck, and then Davis German in the hole. 2-2 pitch, skied up in the infield behind the plate, and the catch will be made by Lindsay behind the dish for out number 3. Asheboro able to get one more across though after 2. It is 7-1 Zookeepers. Inning number 3 here in Asheboro. It will be the top of the order due up for the Flamingos. Down 7-1, able to get one across in the top half of the second, but Asheboro able to respond. They get one of their own. Deficit remains 6 for the Mingos. Peter Lemke remaining into pitch for Asheboro. First pitch to Paulie Mancino, a little low for ball 1. Mancino today 0 for 1. He popped out to the second baseman Lamo his last time up. 1-0 pitch fouled back behind home. The count will even up 1-1. Mancino close to opening tonight's game with a hit, but Lamo able to get a good jump on it in batter number 1. 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball that didn't quite break enough. Remained way high. And the count will go to 2-1. Lemke set and delivers a 2-1 pitch. That one fouled back behind home, and the count evens up at 2-2. I think every single seat here at McCrary Park is just about filled. 2-2. That one swung on and missed for strike number 3. Tag applied by O. 1 up, 1 down to start off the third. As I mentioned earlier, it is the 4th of July game for Asheboro. They do not have a home game tomorrow or Thursday for the 4th, as the first pitch to Luke Schwartz is fouled down the first base line, and we'll go into the crowd for a foul ball. And so far, I'm assuming all these Zookeeper fans have liked what they have seen, as the 0-1 pitch misses outside. Count will even up 1-1. Really can't ask for a better start if you are Asheboro, and really can't ask for a worse start if you're Florence. 1-1 pitch to Schwartz. That one called strike 2. It'll be the shortstop Anthony Quigley on deck and Enrique Alvarez in the hole. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, that one poked into right field. Schwartz a little under it though, and the catch will be made by German for out number 2.
Number 37, shortstop, Northwest Florida State College, Anthony Quigley.
So it'll be up to the shortstop Anthony Quigley to keep the inning alive for the Mingos. Quigley coming into tonight's game batting .333. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his last time up. First pitch from Lemke. That one getting the front shoulder of Quigley. He will turn around to the Flamingo dugout. A little frustrated on how that went, but he will make his way over towards first base. Flamingo's able to get a runner on. We'll see if they're able to bring him home here with 2 outs in the inning. So the baton will be passed on to the first baseman, Enrique Alvarez. Alvarez 0 for 1 today. Flew out to the left fielder Hamill his last time up. Decent lead at first base for Quigley. Here's the pitch. It is outside for ball 1. Alvarez looking for his first hit as a Flamingo. Now 0 for 5 in his first 2 games played. The 1-0 pitch missing low for ball 2. Alvarez played in 7 games for FIU this past college season. Went 2 for 10, although one of those hits was a home run. 2-0 pitch. That one hit opposite way. Way foul though, and the count will go to 2-1. And you can certainly see the pop in Alvarez's bat in the pregame batting practice. Was able to hit a couple out down the right field line here in Asheboro. 2-1 pitch. That one swung opposite way again, approaching the left field wall, and dropped by the left fielder Hamill. Runner rounding third, he will slide in, and Florence will cut the lead to 5 again. It was hit well off of the bat of Alvarez, slicing towards the left field line. But it was a good play by Hamill. He had it until he didn't. So it pops out of his glove. It'll be listed as an error on the left fielder. So runner on second base, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Tim Dickinson looking to keep it going. First pitch inside. We'll start off 1-0. So Flamingo offense certainly trying. They're doing their part to scrape some runs across and try to dig into this big deficit. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He goes back to second though. Lemke lifting his left leg, then turning back to check in on Alvarez. Had a pretty small lead at second base though, and neither the shortstop or the second baseman covering the bag. 1-0 pitch again. That one missing the zone. It'll be a 2-0 count to the DH Dickinson. He walked his last time up. He's now gotten on base 5 straight times. 2-0 pitch. That one hit into the left center gap. That will get down. Alvarez being waved around. He will come in. It will be an RBI single for Tim Dickinson. So Mingo's able to take advantage of the air from Hamill in left. Now able to get 2 across here in the top of the third. It is now 7-3 Asheboro. So it'll be the third baseman Alex Laird digging in for the second time tonight. Reached via fielder's choice his last time up. Was able to score later on in the second inning. First pitch to him, hit up the middle. That will get through into center field. Wide turn at second base for Dickinson. He will stay there. So now 4 straight Mingos able to get on board. Runners on second and first base for the second baseman Sammy Fisher. So a little bit of a 2-out rally developing for the Flamingos after Mancino struck out and Schwartz flew out to right. Quigley, Alvarez, Dickinson, and now Laird all able to get on and at least get 2 more across, but Mingo's challenging for more. So runners on second and first. Dickinson at second, Laird at first for the lefty Sammy Fisher. He is 1 for 1 today, singled his last time up. Lemke pitching from the stretch, focusing in on home. Now looking at Dickinson at second. First pitch, that one up the middle, but gloved by the pitcher Lemke. He will flip it to first base for out number 3. So Florence leaves a couple of runners on, but they're able to bring a couple across heading into the bottom of the third here in Asheboro. It is 7-3 Zookeepers. Bottom of the third here in Asheboro. Zookeepers up 7-3 over the Florence Flamingos. It'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Keepers. Tom Carlson remaining into pitch for the Mingos. Florence able to get 2 across in the top half of the inning, able to take advantage of the miscue in left field, and able to trim the lead to just 4. First pitch to the shortstop, Nathan Chrisman, is able to get past the catcher, Lindsay, for ball number 1. Chrisman 1 for 1 today. He singled his last time up. The 1-0 pitch missing the zone. It'll be a 2-0 count to the righty. 2 errors for each side tonight as that is lifted into left field. Schwartz approaching the warning track and will make the catch for out number 1.
Stepping up for the Zookeepers, left by right fielder for Florida State University, Davis.
So as I was mentioning after the error from Eli Hamill in the top half of the inning in left, now 2 errors for each squad here tonight as Carlson misses that one way outside past the catcher Lindsay for ball 1. It is a trend we saw in the first meeting between these two. Each squad had 3 errors in that meeting at Florence on June 6th. A 1-0 pitch from Carlson, pretty much in the same spot. A bouncer in front of the opposite batter's box for ball number 2. 2-0. That one centered up, and that one in the zone for strike 1. Davis German 1 for 1 today. He tripled his last time up. 2-1 pitch, that one missing low, and the count goes to 3-1. Duran coming from Morehead State in Kentucky. Came into tonight's game batting .273 with the Zookeepers. That one hit towards short. It is dropped out of the glove of Quigley, but a strong throw to first base is in time for out number 2. It was lined right to Quigley at short. Kind of low though, about at his ankles. He was able to bend down and make the catch, but it was in the palm of his glove, so as he was squeezing the ball it popped out. But a good recovery from Quigley. He's able to get the ball right in front of him and rifle it over towards Alvarez at first to get the out. So no worries for the Flamingos defense. First pitch to Sal Lamo, lifted into right field, and a sliding grab made by Gavin Johnson for out number 3. Very nearly got down, but a good late recovery from Johnson in right. A 1-2-3 inning for the Flamingos defense. Much needed. After 3, it is 7-3 Asheboro. Top of the fourth here in North Carolina, it will be Lindsey Johnson. Then the top of the order due up for the Mingos, down 7-3. They have scored in 2 straight innings. They're looking to continue the trend here against the righty Peter Lemke, remaining into pitch for Asheboro. First pitch to Lindsey, swung through for strike 1. Colin Lindsey tonight, 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. 0-1 in the zone for strike 2. So Lemke up early. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one called strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout for Peter Lemke. It'll be 1 up, 1 down to start off the 4th inning.
Up for the Flamingos, number 1 right fielder from Gardner-Webb University, Gavin Johnson.
Lemke up to 4 strikeouts in his outing so far. 2 of them coming against Lindsey, 1 against Mancino, and the other against Anthony Quigley. First pitch to the lefty Gavin Johnson, outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one hit towards first, gloved by Pokrovsky. He will take it himself for out number 2.
Coming to the plate for the Flamingos, number 3 center fielder, Ohio University's Paulie Mancino.
So it'll be up to the center fielder Mancino to keep the inning alive for Florence. Back-to-back innings where the first 2 batters have gone down for Florence. But that didn't stop the Mingos in the 3rd inning. They were still able to get 2 runners across. 4 straight Mingos reaching base after the first 2 got out, looking for a similar trend here. The 1-0 pitch to Mancino missing low. And it'll be a 2-0 count to the righty. Mancino today 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch is fouled back and we'll go to 2-1. There is action in the Zookeeper bullpen. It is a righty. And judging by his stance at the mound, it looks like he is ready to go. 2-1 pitch bouncing in front of the plate. Count will go to 3-1 against Mancino. And the 3-1, that one foul. It looks like it got a piece of Mancino. He will try to run it off behind the batter's box and quickly approach the right-handed side so he could dig in for the payoff pitch. So now a 3-2 count to Paulie Mancino. Bases empty. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Mingos down 7-3. Payoff pitch coming from Lemke. Here it is. It is hit towards short. Crispin will glove it. Throw to first base is a little off, and Mancino will get on. It looked like a routine play for the shortstop Nathan Krishman. But the throw, a little up the line. Pokrovsky had to get off of first base, and his tag attempt to Mancino was not quite in time. So Mingo's able to get a runner on with 2 outs in the inning. They were able to have a lot of success in a similar situation in the 3rd inning. They are looking to do it again in the 4th. It'll be up to Luke Schwartz to do just that. First pitch to him, fouled back, will start off 0-1. Schwartz today 1 for 2. His lone hit coming in the 1st. He singled, was stranded at 3rd though to end it. His last at bat, he flew out to German in right field. Pickoff attempt to first base. Looks like they may have gotten a piece of Mancino. It bounced off of him. And started to roll behind the first baseman, Pokrovsky. But not quite deep enough for Mancino to go, so he gets all of the pain of being hit, but no reward of advancing. So an 0-1 count now to the righty Schwartz. 2 outs. The pitch, called strike 2. Lemke able to clip the inside part of the zone, and he is up 0-2 on the righty Luke Schwartz. Looking to end the potential Mingo rally. Quigley on deck. Mancino goes from first base to 0-2, hit into the right center gap. That will get down. Mancino getting the wave, rounding third. He is heading into home. He will come in standing up. It will be an RBI double for Luke Schwartz. And don't look now, but after a 6-run first inning for the Zookeepers, the Mingos have trimmed the lead down to just 3. And a runner in scoring position. Once again, they're looking for another 2-out rally. It'll be the shortstop Anthony Quigley digging in. He is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. He struck out in the first. Schwartz dancing at second base. Here's the pitch from Lemke. That one slicing outside for ball 1. Quigley with 3 RBIs as a Flamingo so far is 5 for 16. Now in his 5th game with Florence. Lemke set. Dan deals the 1-0. That one looking to get down. It will. Wave is on for Luke Schwartz. He will score. Is an RBI single for Anthony Quigley. Now just a 2-run deficit.
Stepping up for the Flamingos, number 31, first baseman, Florida International University, Enrique Alvarez.
So now back-to-back innings for the Florence Flamingos. They have gotten a couple of runs across with 2 outs. We'll see if they can make it 3. The first baseman, Enrique Alvarez, digging in. Double his last time up via an error from the left fielder, Hamill. First pitch to him missing outside for ball 1. Alvarez does have some pop in his bat. On an inside pitch, he could pull one down the right field line. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes from first. Pitches outside. The throw down is off. Ricocheting off the runner. He is heading towards third. The throw and tag is not in time. A couple stolen bags for Anthony Quigley. And another run just 90 feet away for the Mingos. The throw from O behind the plate, it looked like it was going to be a close play, but it hit off of the ribs of Quigley as he was sliding in. It ricocheted into shallow left field. 2-0 pitch to Alvarez. That one clubbed down the left field line, will curve foul. Count will go to 2-1. Another runner 90 feet away. Mingo's down 2. 2-1 pitch to Alvarez. Swung on and missed. The count will even up. Time called for Alvarez. He will step out for a little mental reset. It is a new pitcher warming up for Asheboro in their bullpen. It was a righty warming up. He looked ready, but it looks like they called him off, and now a lefty warming up in the Zookeeper bullpen. We'll see how long the leash is for the righty and starter Peter Lemke. 2-2 pitch to lefty Alvarez. That one a bouncer, and the count will run full. A big time payoff pitch here. Runner on third base, 3-2 count, 2 outs. The pitch swung on and missed for strike number 3 and out number 3. Flamingos getting a couple more runs on the board. Just a 7-5 deficit for Florence as we enter the bottom of the 4th here in Asheboro. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Top of the order up for Asheboro as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Mingo's down just 7-5 after being down 6-0 after the first and second innings. Dom Carlson remaining in to pitch for the Mingos through 2 innings. He has given up 1 run, no hits, has 1 walk and no strikeouts so far. Has done a really good job of picking up the pieces after the disastrous first inning. First pitch to Eli Hamill. That one missing the zone. We'll start off 1-0. Yeah, it was an uncharacteristic bad start for Jackson Grind. Gave up 6 runs in the first. So it's up to Carlson to pick up the pieces and put up some clean slates, and despite giving up 1 run in the second, he has been able to do just that. 2-0 pitch to lefty Hamill, called strike 1. Hamill has gotten on base in both of his plate appearances today. 2-1 pitch is low and in for ball 3. He started the bottom of the first with a home run, and then later on in that inning was hit by a pitch. 3-1 pitch from Carlson. Chopped it down the first base line in front of the Asheboro dugout, and the count will go to 3-2. Couple of lefties due up for Asheboro, Cruz Newman and Jake Griffith. Payoff pitch from Carlson, that one outside. And Hamill will stroll towards first base for the 3rd time tonight.
Visit the North Carolina Baseball Academy in Greensboro. Second and waiting to the plate. Number 12, center fielder, Tennessee Wesley College, Cruz Newman.
So it'll be Cruz Newman digging in for the 3rd time tonight. He is 1 for 2. He singled in the first and flew out to Paulie Mancino in center field his last time up. That ended the first inning. It was a great play defensively by Mancino, leaping into the wall. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. And in all honesty, that play could be really, really big for the Flamingos as this game goes on. That could have brought in a couple more runs in for Asheboro should Mancino had missed that ball and it go off the center field fencing. Carlson able to find the zone on the last pitch. It is a 1-1 count to the lefty Newman. Runner goes from first. The pitch swung on into right field. Johnson under it and will make the catch. Throw to first is not quite in time after a couple of bounces. But Mingo's able to get out number one of the inning.
Designated hitter for University of Tampa, Jake Griffith.
Hamill was going on the last pitch. If there was a lower launch angle there from Newman, man, it was more of a line drive instead of a in-between line drive and pop fly. Could have been a double play opportunity for the Flamingo defense, but they will instead just take one out as the first pitch to Jake Griffith is called a strike. We'll start off 0-1. Griffith today, 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. That started off the second inning. Small lead at first base for Hamill. Pitch is outside, and the count will go to 1-1. Hamill at first does have a stolen base already. He's now 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts this season. The pickoff attempt to first not quite in time, and he will remain there. After 6 in the first and 1 in the second, Asheboro scoreless in the third. Mingo's looking to continue that streak. 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. There is an arm warming up for Florence in their bullpen down the left field line. It is a righty, not exactly, oh, that's Reese Francis, I believe, or Landon Moore. It is a sidearm righty. 2-1 pitch. Pitch is low. No throw from the catcher, Lindsay. It'll be a second stolen base on the day for Eli Hamill, and a runner in scoring position for Asheboro. Pitch was low. Lindsay was jumping inside, was trying to throw it around the left-handed batter Griffith, but there was really no arm slot there. 3-1, that one downstairs, and it will be a walk for Jake Griffith. So runners on second and first for Asheboro. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring out a visit from Tyson Ellis. We'll see if this is it for the righty Dom Carlson. It indeed is. And he will make his way towards the Flamingo dugout. Pretty solid outing for the righty Dom Carlson right when they needed it most. Through 2 1/3. Did not give up a hit, just 1 run and 3 walks. But the book is not closed on him just yet. Runners on second and first for Asheboro. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll get you the new Mingo pitcher after this quick break. Stay tuned on Flamingo Radio. New pitcher for the Mingos is the sidearm righty Reese Francis out of the undefeated LSU Shreveport Pilots. Through 5 appearances so far with the Mingos, has thrown 11 innings, has given up just 5 hits and no runs. Has 2 walks and 9 strikeouts on the CPL season. Opponents hitting just 132 so far against the sidearm righty. He'll be facing Yariel Diaz in his first at-bat. First pitch to him, skied into center field. Mancino under it and will glove it for out number 2. No tag attempt from Hamill at second as the ball approaches third base, and a couple of Flamingo defenders are there to cover the bag. So runners will remain at second and first for Asheboro. 1 pitch, 1 out for Reese Francis to start out his outing. It will be Sojourn O, the catcher, looking to bring in some runs for Asheboro. Runners on second and first here in the bottom of the 4th. 7-5 Zookeepers. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Francis has been stellar for the Mingos all season long. I think a lot of that has to do with his unique delivery coming in from the side. A 1 pitch. I want a cutter, and that one fouled back by O. Francis up 0-2. Francis looking to make quick work out of the jam. Couple of runners on. 0-2 count to O. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and missed for strike 3. So Francis able to get the Mingos out of trouble. Asheboro leaving runners on second and first, heading into inning number 5. Mingos down 7-5. Top of the 5th here in Asheboro. Mingos down by 2. New arm for the Zookeepers is the lefty Caleb Cockerham out of Lenore Ryan. He's making his 5th appearance on the season. Cockerham has thrown 6 2/3 so far, has given up 10 runs and 10 hits. All but 1 of his runs were earned. Cockerham with 6 walks and 7 strikeouts this season. has an ERA of 12.15 in the CPL season. Opponents hitting .323 against the lefty Cockerham. He'll be facing Dickinson, Laird, and Fisher to start off inning number 5. Two out of the 3 Mingos due up are lefties, so a couple lefty-lefty matchups to start off the 5th. First pitch to Tim Dickinson, bunted down the third base line, but will end up foul for strike 1. Dickinson trying to pull a fast one on the third baseman Diaz, who was playing a little back, trying to use his speed to get on. 0-1 pitch to the lefty Dickinson. Here it is. That one curving inside, a little low though, and the count will even up 1-1. Dickinson with a walk and single today has gotten on base his last 6 times up. 1-1 curveball. Cockerham able to find the zone for strike number 2. So Dickinson looking to keep the on-base streak alive and try to continue the scoring streak for Florence. 1-2 pitch tipped behind home plate. Dickinson able to get just enough to stay alive at 1-2. So Dickinson versus Cockerham, 1-2 pitch. That one fouled back. Count will remain the same. There's probably a joke to be made somewhere with the last name of these two gentlemen, but I'm going to abstain from that. 1-2 count to Dickinson. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That one high and out for ball 2. Mingos have scored in 3 straight innings as the 2-2 pitch is lifted into center field. Newman running back and will make the catch over his left shoulder for out number 1.
Number 24, third baseman, Bowling Green University's Alex Laird.
This Flamingo offense just done a really good job of clawing and fighting their way back into tonight's ball game. Down 6-0 and 7-1 after the first and second inning. Could have very easily folded it in, but they certainly have not. First pitch to Alex Laird, a slider that will end up a little too far inside for ball 1. Laird able to get on base both of his appearances tonight. 1-0 pitch way outside for ball 2. The 4 runs that Florence has scored the past couple of innings, all of them have come with 2 outs. So certainly like to see the rally going for Florence as the 2-0 swung on and missed for strike 1. You certainly love the effort and the spirit of these Flamingo batters, but also you don't want to see the first 2 guys getting out. 2-1 pitch to Laird. Here it is. That one running inside for ball 3. Recapping today for the starter for Asheboro, Peter Lemke, through 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned though, on 6 hits. As that 3-1 pitch misses low, it will be a 1-out walk for Alex Laird. Lemke with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in his outing here tonight. So certainly not a bad pitching performance by any means for Lemke. Defensively for Asheboro, it's been a little bit of a rough day. They have 4 errors in tonight's game. Flamingos with 2. Runner on first. First pitch to Sammy Fisher in the zone for strike 1. Laird at first now, 6 for 8 on stolen base attempts, 0-1, a little outside, and the count will even up at 1-1. It is 5 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Florence. For Asheboro, 7 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors. Cockerham going back to first, check in on Laird. He's able to get back. So 1-1 count, 1 out. The pitch is fouled in between home plate and the Flamingo dugout. And the count will go to 1-2 against the lefty Sammy Fisher. Colin Lindsay on deck, Gavin Johnson in the hole. Cockerham looking towards first, now deals 1-2, running inside. And it'll go 2-2. It certainly looked like that pitch was gonna get a piece of Sammy Fisher. He certainly thought so. He turned away almost immediately, but that one able to run just enough to avoid him. 2-2. Laird goes from first. Pitcher swung on and missed. Throw to second is not in time. So Cockerham able to get out number 2 via strikeout of Sammy Fisher, but Laird able to advance to second, a runner in scoring position for the Mingos. And with 2 outs on them, this is when the Mingo lineup has excelled. It'll be up to the catcher Colin Lindsay to keep it going. First pitch is high and out for ball 1. Lindsay today 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Now up to 2 for 29 on the year. But a chance to break the cold streak here. 1-0, high for ball 2. Would be quite the opportunity here for Lindsay. Great chance to get out of his slump and potentially get one back for the Mingos. Down 7-5 here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, runner on second base. And Laird certainly fast enough. Anything in the outfield you would likely think would allow him to score. Cockerham set, looking towards Laird at second. Now focusing home. A long pause from the lefty, and he will step off. Doesn't look like there's any action in either bullpen, so we'll see Cockerham and Francis for the time being. 3-0 pitch. That one taken in for a strike. Cockerham now working quickly. Here's the 3-1, and that's swung on and missed for strike 2. So after falling behind 3-0, Caleb Cockerham able to fight back and bring the count full. He is 1 pitch away from leaving a Mingo stranded. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. It's swung on and missed for strike 3. Mingos leave a runner in scoring position heading into the bottom of the 5th. They're still down 2 here in Asheboro. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. It'll be Pokrovsky, Chrisman, and Germain due up for Asheboro as we enter the bottom of the 5th here at McCrary Park. Mingo's down 7-5. Left Laird in scoring position in the top half of the inning. They're looking for another clean sheet defensively with Reese Francis on the bump. He was able to get 2 critical outs in the bottom of the 4th, looking to do the same here. First pitch to Pokrovsky in the zone for strike 1. This really feels like the guy you had one up on the mound for the Mingos. 0-1. That one dribbled down the third base line. That will end up foul, though, for strike number 2. So the Mingos, at least for now, and I don't think this will be for very long, but they have a couple of sidearm righties on their roster, obviously with Francis, as well as Landon Moore, who just came in today. I don't know if you'd want to have them both throw in the same game or have a similar look in as many games as possible, as that 0-2 is fouled back. Behind home, count will remain the same. But either way, a unique look for Flamingo pitching. Could be an advantage that not many other teams in the CPL have. Not just one, but 2 sidearm righties. 0-2, slider. Almost, but a little bit outside for ball 1. Francis certainly thought it was strike 3. Started to make his strut around the pitcher's mound, but home plate umpire said it was just a smidge outside. So the 1-2, that one skied into the air, and the catch will be made by Quigley just beyond second base for out number 1.
Number 17, shortstop, without count,
So it'll be a shortstop, Nathan Chrisman, now up for Asheboro. Chrisman 1 for 2 today. He singled in his first at-bat and flew out to Schwartz in left field his last time up. First pitch from Francis in the zone for strike 1. Really have to credit the Flamingo relief pitchers here tonight. After a tough first inning, Carlson and now Francis holding it down. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, count will go to 0-2. Davis Germain on deck and Sal Lamo in the hole for Asheboro. As the sun is starting to set here. Shadow's not much of an issue. 0-2. That slider breaking a little too far outside for ball 1. The only areas on the field still in sunlight are in left and center, but doesn't look like it's severe enough to matter for either player. 1-2. That one lifted into left field. Way foul, though. The count will remain the same. You rarely see contact that hard against Reese Francis, just with the way he throws. You're just not going to get hard contact on him. He's just very hard to barrel up. Chrisman is able to do it there, but luckily for Florence, it was way foul. 1-2 pitch. That one popped up behind the plate. That's going to get out of here, though. No play for the catcher, Lindsay, and the count will remain 1-2. One issue we could see later, something to look out for, the way the lights are set up here at McCrary Park, center field is a little darker than the corners as that 1-2 pitch misses outside for ball 2. Center field a little darker than left and right, just with the way the lights are angled and situated in the outfield. So we'll see if there's any balls that will be harder for the center fielder Mancino to get. That one lifted into left field. That will be no issue for Luke Schwartz. He will get under it and make the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Start off the bottom of the 5th.
Captain and play for the Zookeepers. Now by right fielder, Florence State University, Davis German.
So it'll be Davis German up for the 3rd time tonight. Tripled his first time up, and then grounded out to Quigley in his last at bat. First pitch from Francis outside, getting past Lindsay for ball 1. That one ricocheting off the backstop and into the glove of Francis. He will not keep that one. He will instead shuffle it to the Asheboro dugout. And that ball will, I think, be seen later on in tonight's game. Probably don't want to keep that one if you're Francis. 1-0 pitch. That one missing just low and just outside for ball 2. So see if Francis has better luck with the new baseball. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Slider, did he go? Looks like he did for strike 1. So now a 2-1 count to the righty German. Here's the pitch from Francis. Slider again, swung through for strike 2. So Francis fighting back, evening up the count at 2-2 after being down 2-0. Francis set up right in the middle of the rubber. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slider just a little in. The count will run full. Francis certainly thought it was a strike. He was starting to head over toward the Mingo dugout. So were the third baseman Laird and the shortstop Quigley. So payoff pitch coming. Here it is. That one in the zone for strike 3. Francis able to clip the inside part of the zone on that pitch. Asheboro goes down in order. It will be Johnson, then the top of the order, due up for the Mingos after this quick break. Florence down 2 as we enter number 6 here on Flamingo Radio. We are entering inning number 6 here at the beautiful McCrary Park in Asheboro, North Carolina. Mingos down 7-5. A scoreless frame from both sides. The first of the night. It'll be Gavin Johnson leading things off for the Mingos. First pitch from Caleb Cockerham. Missing a little upstairs for ball 1. Johnson today 0 for 2. Looking for his first hit as a member of the Florence Flamingos. 1-0 in the zone for strike 1. Johnson grounded out to the first baseman, Pokrovsky, his last time up. 1-1 coming from Cockerham. It is a little outside for ball 2. Johnson at Gardner-Webb this past college season had a couple of doubles, had 10 walks as well. 2-1 pitch swung through for strike 2. Johnson with 10 walks and 10 strikeouts, so did a pretty good job of getting on base for the Bulldogs this past college season, as a ball escapes the Zookeeper bullpen into right field. So that will be contained, and we're ready to play ball here. 2-2 pitch from Cockerham. That one swung on and missed. The bat was let go by Johnson. It slipped out of his hands for strike 3. Something about the bats here tonight in Asheboro. Gone all over the place. That last one, Johnson slipped out of his hands as he was following through. And then earlier on in this game, first pitch to Colin Lindsay, shattered his bat. The barrel went flying down the third base line. It has been that type of night tonight, a little bit of a slugfest between these two. 7-5 Asheboro, as there is a meeting between two of the umpires on the field. And that will delay play for the time being. Oh, it was actually a mound visit. Okay, I didn't see that. The coaches for Asheboro are in their full uniform. Typically don't see that in the CPL. Usually see a different colored top, so he blended it well with all the Zookeepers on the field. First pitch to Paulie Mancino is a little downstairs for ball 1. Asheboro today in their tan hats and tan tops with white pants. Their numbers, as the 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2, their numbers are red, white, and blue with the stars and stripes in them with a white outline. It is the 4th of July celebration here in Asheboro, so as I mentioned a few times tonight, a very large crowd. I'm being told probably the largest of the season so far for the Zookeepers. As the 2-0 pitch gets by the catcher O, it will be a 3-0 count to the leadoff man, Mancino. And this crowd is being treated to a pretty good game here tonight. 3-0. That one called strike 1. After the game, there are fireworks. The Energizer Fireworks Extravaganza. 3-1 to Mancino, running a little too far in. And Mancino will make his way towards first base after the walk. Certainly saw a lot of fireworks in the first inning as Asheboro is able to plate 6. So it was a 6-0 deficit for the Mingos after 1 and 7-1 deficit after 2, but they've been able to claw and fight their way back in this game. First pitch to Luke Schwartz, squared around a bunt, but popped that one up well in fair territory though, so no out happening on that pitch, but the count will start 0-1 against the left fielder Schwartz. Schwartz got it on base twice tonight. Is 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Cockerham going back to first base. An acrobatic play by Pokrovsky to not let the ball get past him. Stumbling into the field of play. Not quite able to get Mancino. So he will remain at first base. It'll be an 0-1 count to Schwartz. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Large lead at first base for Mancino, but all of his weight in his left knee towards the bag. 0-1 pitch. Slider able to find the zone, and the count will go to 0-2 against the righty Schwartz. 0-2. That one a little up. Oh, no, it was not. A late strikeout call from the home plate umpire. And a 3-pitch strikeout to Luke Schwartz for out number 2.
Sponsored by Water Landscaping and Property Management. To the plate for the
When it
Flamingos,
initially got into the glove of Sojong Oh, I thought it was going to be called a strike, and then after a second of waiting, I was like, well, I guess it's a little high, but home plate umpire ultimately making the strike 3 signal, so Schwartz will head back to the Flamingo dugout. It'll be Anthony Quigley digging in. First pitch to him, running in off of his handle, a weak fly out to the first baseman Pokrovsky, and that is how the inning will end. So Mingo's left scoreless in the top of the 6th inning, heading into the bottom half. Mingo's still down 7-5 here on Flamingo Radio. It'll be Sal Lamo, then the top of the order due up for the Asheboro Zookeepers. Now 4 straight scoreless frames for both sides. We haven't seen a run since the top of the 4th here between the Mingos and the Zookeepers. It is 7-5 Asheboro here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reese Francis remaining in to pitch for the Mingos. Has done an excellent job so far through 1 2/3. Has not allowed a hit or a run. Has 2 strikeouts on the day so far. First pitch to Lamo, called strike 1. I guess in simplest terms, Reese Francis has not allowed a base runner tonight. 0-1, that one low and out, and the count evens up. And no action in the Flamingo bullpen either, so they will trust Francis to get them through at least this inning, and understandably so. Lamo today 0 for 1. The 1-1 pitch, a little downstairs for ball 2. Lamo walked in the first and flew out to Johnson in right in the third. That ended the 3rd inning. It was a nice sliding grab by Johnson. 2-1. That one running in a little too far in, and the count will go to 3-1. Top of the order up next for Asheboro, Eli Hamill in the on-deck circle. 3-1 from Francis, that one running a little into the backstop. And right as I mentioned, Reese Francis not allowing a base runner. Someone gets on. So leadoff hitter on first base for Asheboro. The leadoff man Eli Hamill digging in for the 4th time tonight for the Zookeepers. Hamill today 1 for 1, and that hit was a big one. It was a solo home run to start off the bottom of the first. First pitch from Francis running a little in for ball 1. After that, Hamill was hit by a pitch and then walked in his last plate appearance. That was in the 4th. Small lead at first base for Lamo. Francis set and deals the 1-0. That one a little in. That will get the back of Eli Hamill. His 2nd hit by pitch tonight, and the first 2 batters on for Asheboro.
Stepping to the plate for the Zookeepers, number 12 center fielder, Tennessee Wesleyan College, Cruz Newman.
So the center fielder Cruz Newman now digging in, but before that, Tyson Ellis will emerge from the Flamingo dugout. A lefty for Florence, getting up and getting ready very quickly. We'll see. I don't think he's going to come in here. I think the reason for this meeting primarily is to give him more time to warm up, as there's a lot of chit-chat going on between the Flamingo defenders, everybody in on the pitcher's mounds. Can't read lips very well, but it didn't even look like Tyson Ellis said much of anything to Francis and the rest of the Mingo defenders. You always gotta wonder what goes on in those conversations on the mound. Reminds me of that scene in Bull Durham. I hear candlesticks make a nice gift. So runners on 2nd and 1st for Asheboro. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cruz Newman, the all-star center fielder, digging in for the Zooies. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Last hit came in the 1st. First pitch from Francis missing a little downstairs for ball 1. Since that single, couple of flyouts, one to Mancino in center and one to Johnson in right for the lefty Newman. 1-0 pitch coming from Francis. Here it is. That one chopped down the first base line into the hands of the Asheboro first base coach for strike number 1. And nice play made by the first base coach. His fielding percentage for tonight's game at 100%. And a big applause from the Asheboro crowd. We have our first wave of the season. It went all the way around. 1-1. That one in the zone for strike 2. I believe that is the first, well, actually I'm positive, that is the first wave that I have personally seen this season. But it's a full enough crowd here at McCrary Park to get that done. 1-2 from Francis, well outside for ball 2. And all the fans sticking around here on this Wednesday evening. Sun's still up, still light outside here in Asheboro. 2-2 pitch from Francis, that one running in, that one dropping at the end. It's a little low and the count will run full. So a full count to the lefty Cruz Newman. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on 2nd and 1st for Asheboro. Here's the payoff pitch. That is low and inside. The bases will be loaded full of Zookeepers. Still no outs in the inning as Tyson Ellis will emerge from the Flamingo dugout. This is going to be the end of the road for the righty Reese Francis. Well, it was a very strong start. Was able to get the first 5 Zookeepers out. But then a walk, a hit by pitch, and then another walk has loaded the bases full of Asheboro Zookeepers. So the book Not closed yet on Reese Francis. We'll get you the new Flamingo arm after this quick break here on Flamingo Radio. Bases loaded, no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. It will be the lefty David Morrissey making his first appearance with the Florence Flamingos, and he is really being baptized by fire here. Already down two. The bases loaded, no outs, has to get out of this jam. Morrissey, coming from Eastern Florida State College this past college season, made 15 appearances through 17 innings, gave up 29 hits, 23 runs, all but 3 were earned. First pitch to Jake Griffith, getting the top of his helmet, so another run will score for Asheboro. 1 pitch, 1 run for the debut for Morrissey. That run will go to Reese Francis, though. So the first run given up for Francis. The lead now 8-5 in favor of Asheboro. Bases still loaded, no outs, with the third baseman Yariel Diaz digging in. First pitch, swung on and fouled back for strike number 1. Morrissey with 12 walks and 16 strikeouts this past college season. He will be transferring to Bethune-Cookman next year. 0-1. That went a little outside for ball 1. Really got the limit to damage here if you're the Flamingos defensively. Infield playing in. 1-1 pitch from Morrissey. That one clubbed into right field. Johnson drifting back. He will make the diving catch at the warning track for the out. Runner tags up from third. He will come in standing up. So it is now one more run for the Zookeepers, now 9-5. So Mingo's able to get out number 1. Newman also tagging up from second. So runners on the corners for Asheboro, with Sojung Oh, the catcher, digging in. First pitch curveball from Morrissey, missing outside for ball 1. The pitch from Morrissey, runner goes from first. No throw from the catcher, Lindsay. The pitch was a ball, so it'll be a 2-0 count to 0. Runners on second and third. O today is 0 for 3. He is the only Asheboro Zookeeper to not reach base in tonight's game. 2-0. That one clubbed up the middle. That will get past the diving second baseman Fisher into the outfield. 1 run scores. Another coming around. He will score. Throw is not cut off. O will stroll into second base. Asheboro now up 11-5. So now with that last base hit from O, every Zookeeper has reached base here tonight. And they're still looking to play add-on down 11-5. Pitch from Morrissey, missing the zone. First pitch to Jared Pokrovsky. Pokrovsky for day, 1 for 3, doubled in the first. 1-0 pitch. That one outside for ball 2. Flamingo pitching was holding steady for a few innings after the second, but after a bases loaded, no out start as fouled back for strike 1, it was really going to take a lot to continue that streak. And Asheboro able to get 4 runs across. You just gotta stay strong here if you're Morrissey and the Mingo defense. Don't want the dam to break. 2-1, call it strike 2. Flamingo infield playing back, trying to prevent any ball from entering the outfield, and the Mingo outfielders playing shallow enough so that any throw would be competitive at home plate. Pokrovsky with 3 RBIs coming into today. 2-2 pitch tipped away, and the count will remain 2-2. Pokrovsky with 1 RBI today, so now up to 6 total on the season. Cruz Newman, Nathan Chrisman, and Sal Lamo, the only Zookeepers to not have RBIs in tonight's game. Two-two count. Morrissey set, looks towards second, now deals. The pitch is clubbed into left field. Schwartz drifting back. It is off the top of the wall. Oh, rounding third, heading into home. Throw to second base is in time for out number 2, but another run scores for Asheboro. It is now 12-5 Zookeepers. So bases empty. That's probably a good thing for the Mingos, and 2 outs. Only problem is that they've given up 5 this inning. Is now a 12-5 Asheboro lead. First pitch to the shortstop Nathan Chrisman is a little low for ball 1. Davis Germain on deck for the Zookeepers as the 1-0 pitch misses the zone for ball 2. Pitch swung on and fouled back right behind home and over our heads here in the press box. Count will go to 2-1. Sun is starting to set here in Asheboro. A cotton candy sky full of blues and pinks with a couple of clouds mixed in right above the rolling hills in the outfield. That one hit up the middle. That will get past Quigley. It will be a 2-out single for Nathan Chrisman. So now the 9th batter in the half inning for Asheboro as Davis Germain steps in. He is 1 for 3 today, tripled in the first. Grounded out to Quigley at short and struck out his last time up. Runner goes from first. Throw down to second base is not in time. Another runner in scoring position for Asheboro. And Krishman picking a good pitch to steal on. First pitch curveball from Morrissey gave him plenty of time to get a good jump and make his way over to second, even against the lefty. So 1-0, runner goes again, pitches out, throw a third that is not in time either. So 2 straight stolen bags for Nathan Krishman on back-to-back pitches. And if that didn't hurt enough, the 2 pitches were balls too, so a 2-0 count to German. Here's the pitch, that one able to find the zone for strike 1. Morrissey set and deals the 2-1 pitch. That one finds the zone for strike 2. So after 2 straight curveballs to start off the at-bat, a couple of heaters from the lefty Morrissey, now we'll even up the count. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one a little outside, and the count will run full. So a payoff pitch coming against the righty German. Here it is. The pitch is clubbed up the middle. Quigley heading over. A throw to first base is scooped up by Alvarez for out number 3. So the runner will not score from third. Nice play by Quigley at short, but Asheboro able to get 5 runs across. They swelled the lead to 12-5 entering the 7th inning here on Flamingo Radio. Top of the 7th here in Asheboro. It will be Alvarez, Dickinson, and Laird due up for the Mingos. They have some work to do offensively after Asheboro is able to get 5 across in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is a 12-5 Zookeeper lead. A lefty-on-lefty matchup to start off inning number 7. And it is Enrique Alvarez winning that pitch. That one a little inside from Caleb Cockerham for ball 1. 1-0. That one in the zone for strike 1. Alvarez not quite pulling the trigger. He thought about it, but laid off. Pitch was called a strike. Cockerham working quickly. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one chops down the first base line right at the beginning of the Asheboro dugout for strike number 2. Alvarez today reached on an error in the 3rd inning from the left fielder Eli Hamill. 1-2. Slider, that one missing a little outside. And the count will go to 2-2 against the lefty Alvarez. 2-2. Slider again, that one in the zone for strike 3.
That swing again is spun
strikeout number 5 on the day for Caleb Cockerham. He's done a very, very good job in relief for Asheboro through 2 and a third. He's not given up a hit or a run, just has 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. First pitch to Tim Dickinson, missing outside for ball 1. This game has been unlike many Flamingos games we have seen this season, as that 1-0 misses low. Count will go 2-0. Like many of them, we have seen the pitching excel for Florence, with the offense not quite able to help them. Today, it's really been the opposite. 2-0 to Dickinson downstairs for ball 3. After a 6-run first inning, Flamingo's offense actually helping out the pitching staff was able to trim the lead to 2, or the deficit I should say at 2, as that 3-0 pitch misses outside. It'll be a 4-pitch walk for Tim Dickinson. But then after that, a 5 spot from Asheboro in the last half inning. And it'll be up to the Mingo offense to help out the pitching staff once again. For the Mingos so far, they've gotten 5 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. As the first pitch to Alex Laird misses a little out for ball 1. But for the Asheboro side, they have 12 runs on 9 hits, but they do have 4 errors tonight defensively. It has not been a clean game from either side. Runner goes from first base. The pitch is hit into the right center gap. Dickinson came sliding into second. The catch is made in right field. The first is caught by Pokrovsky for the double play. That seems like an appropriate way for the inning to end. A tough break for the Mingos. Time to stretch here in Asheboro. Mingos down 12-5. Bottom of the 7th here at McCrary Park. New arm for the Mingos. After David Morrissey, it is another lefty. This one, Thomas Layden. coming from Grambling State, making appearance number 7 for the Mingos. Has thrown 12 and a third. He's given up 5 runs. All but 1 were earned so far this season. First pitch to Sal Lamo, missing the zone for ball number 1. Layden giving up 10 hits, has 10 walks and 15 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .208 against the lefty. Here's the 1-0 to Lamo. That one a little outside for ball 2. Layden last Thursday night at Lexington County. Did a very good job through 3 2/3 of scoreless baseball as that 2-0 pitch finds the zone. Layden only giving up 4 hits, had 1 walk and 6 strikeouts against Lexington County. It's very good in relief. Looking for a similar performance here. Has to keep the deficit at 7. 2-1 pitch. That one fouled back for strike 2. Layden usually number 19. Tonight's game he is wearing 18. I believe he forgot his jersey coming in to here. That had an extra one on the bus waiting for him. So 2-2 from Layden. Curveball called strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down for Layden to start off his outing. It will be the top of the order for Asheboro now up. Eli Hamill digging in for the 5th time tonight. Hamill has gotten on base in each of his times up. A couple hit by pitches today, as that is fouled back for strike 1. Also has a walk in the 4th, and obviously started off the bottom of the 1st with a solo shot into right field. And it was quite a shot. The dimensions here are even deeper than Carolina Bank Field. At least in right field, it's 336 down the line compared to 330 at the bank. 0-1 from Layden, called strike 2. Down left, it is 323. Can't tell exactly what the gaps are. They weren't listed. But in dead center, it is 400. So it definitely takes quite a shot to get one out of here. And Hamill certainly did that to start off the Asheboro offense. 0-2 pitch from Layden. That one missing a little inside for ball 1. So 1-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Base is empty. 12-5 Asheboro lead. Here's the pitch from Layden. That one running a little too far in for ball 2. Hamill, the switch hitter, now batting from the right side. We've seen him in the left-handed position in his previous at-bats tonight. The 2-2 pitch missing a little upstairs. Breaking pitch from Layden didn't quite break enough, and the count will run full. And you can see Layden taking a little bit of a break as he is approaching the rubber. Here's the payoff pitch. That one popped into right field. Johnson, he lost the ball. It lands behind him. Newman will head into second base. And it will be a runner in scoring position yet again for Asheboro. I'm guessing it will be listed as a double. It did not hit the glove of Johnson in right. And it will indeed be listed as a double since it didn't hit the glove of the right fielder Johnson. You could tell immediately he did not know where that ball was as the first pitch to Cruz Newman misses outside for ball 1. I mentioned earlier on in the broadcast that center field would be the shadiest part, or darkest part, I should say. That 1-0 is chopped up the middle, gloved by the second baseman Fisher. Throw first, it's a bounce that gets past Alvarez. Hamill will head into home plate. He will score. Newman will head into second off of the air. And the Zookeepers expand the lead once again. It is now 13-5. This has certainly not been a clean game defensively for either side. Now the third error on the day for the Flamingos, and 4 errors on the day for the Zookeepers. Defense has been costly for both sides tonight. First pitch to Jake Griffith upstairs for ball 1. So I guess going back to a couple batters ago, the brightest spots on the field are probably in left and right. So I'm guessing the ball just was lost in the lights for the right fielder Johnson. That one poked into the left center gap. That will be caught by Mancino. Runner was going. So the throw into the outfield, and the tag will be made at second base for out number 3. So back-to-back half innings that end on double plays from the outfield, but Asheboro able to get one more across after 7. It is 13-5. Asheboro Zookeepers. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Top of the 8th here in Asheboro. It is the righty Mason Bell now in for the Zookeepers. He will be facing Sammy Fisher to start off inning number 8. First pitch to the lefty, high and out for ball 1. Bell coming from Southern Indiana is making, as a 1-0 pitch misses, a little out for ball number 2. Bell making his 3rd appearance with Asheboro, has thrown 3 1/3 so far. As the 2-0 pitch is popped into left field, Hamill looks to be under it. and the catch will be made for out number 1. Bell's given up 2 runs and 4 hits, has yet to throw a walk, and has 2 strikeouts on the season, has an ERA of 5.40 with the Zookeepers. Bell last threw against Lexington County a couple of nights ago on Monday night, as the pitch is swung on and missed by Lindsay for strike number 1. Bell threw 1 1/3, gave up 2 runs and 4 hits, had no walks or strikeouts against the Blowfish. 0-1, missing outside, count evens up 1-1 against the catcher Lindsay. And the 1-1 is swung through for strike 2. A 1-2 count to Lindsay. He is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts, is 1 strike away from the sombrero. Bell set, a 1-2 pitch. That one upstairs for ball 2. So recapping the day for the lefty Caleb Cockerham, threw 3 innings in relief, did not give up any runs or hits, had 3 walks and 5 strikeouts in the 11 Flamingos that he faced. 2-2 pitch. That one clubbed and fouled back. Count will remain an even 2-2. Mingo's down 13-5 to Asheboro. They have quite a lot of work to do offensively and not a whole lot of outs to work with. 2-2 coming again from Bell. Here's the pitch. It is clubbed again and fouled back, pretty much in the same spot. A carbon copy of the previous pitch. And the Zookeeper fans remaining in to watch the conclusion of this game. They are waiting for their fireworks. 2-2 swung on and missed for strike number 3. Now, 4 strikeouts on the day for Colin Lindsay. Now, golden sombrero for the catcher, unfortunately. First pitch to Gavin Johnson in the zone for strike 1. Johnson in his debut for the Mingos is 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout his last time up. 0-1 from Bell, missing outside. Count evens up 1-1. And the pitch swung on and missed by Johnson. A 1-2 count to the lefty. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. After scoring in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the Mingos have remained scoreless. 1-2 pitch is fouled back. Count will remain the same. You certainly get the feeling that the dam has broken for the Florence Flamingos, as the 1-2 is fouled back again, pretty much in the same spot. After that 5-run bottom of the 6th inning for Asheboro. It's been kind of tough for the Flamingos. You would think that definitely has to do something to you mentally. So Bell again from the windup, 1-2 pitch. That one skied down the right side of the field. Don't think there will be enough room for the first baseman, Pokrovsky. There will indeed not be enough room. That will end up in the bleachers as a souvenir. Top of the order up next for the Mingos. They're trying to get to that point in the 8th. 1-2 pitch, a little low for ball 2. 2-2 pitch from Bell. That one just a smidge outside, and the count will run full. The second baseman, Sal Lamo, was starting to make a couple strides toward the Asheboro dugout, but he will remain back in his second base position. Payoff pitch is a half swing from Johnson. He did go around. It'll be back-to-back strikeouts for Mason Bell to end the top of the 8th. We head into the bottom half of inning number 8. Asheboro still up 13-5 over the Mingos. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Four, 5, 6 due up in the Asheboro lineup as we enter the bottom of the 8th. Mingos down 13-5. Looking for a clean ending here and a heck of a comeback in the top of the 9th. But it will start with Thomas Layden remaining in to pitch for the Mingos. He is set from the stretch, and the first pitch to Yariel Diaz, a little high for ball 1. Diaz today 1 for 2, 1-0. That one again upstairs. Count will go to 2-0. Diaz with a walk today and a base hit in the first. Sacrifice fly into center field his last time up. 2-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. It'll be Sojan O and then Jarrett Pokrovsky in the hole. Two 2-1. That one fouled back behind home. The count evens up at 2-2. Diaz up to 368 as his batting average this season. Been one of the best hitters in the CPL. He will be a starter in the All-Star game on Monday night. 2-2. That is swung on and missed. A bouncer in front of the plate. The throw from Lindsay in time to Alvarez at first for out number 1.
Number 37, catcher, High Point University's Sojong O.
So Sojong O stepping in for Asheboro. Another All-Star in this Zookeeper order. Cruz Newman and Yariel Diaz are both starters, as the first pitch from Layden missing outside. And then Sojong O and Sal Lamo both voted in as reserves. 4 of 6 total All-Stars for Asheboro, as that breaking pitch not quite breaking enough, getting the upper back of O. Looks to be okay, and he will head on over to first base. So runner on first, 1 out for Asheboro in the bottom of the 8th inning. The other All-Stars for Asheboro, Mason McDaniel and Joe Rosher, 2 pitchers that will be heading to Macon. have the skills competition on Sunday night. The game Monday. You could watch the game on Flow Sports, as that is fouled back by Pokorovsky for strike number 1. And then a league-wide off day on Tuesday. And then Mingos will be back to action Wednesday night. They will be at Lexington County. 0-1 pitch is outside to the righty Pokorovsky. He is 2 for 4 today. He got single his last time up, an RBI single before being thrown out, trying to stretch it into a double. 1-1 pitch high, and the count will go to 2-1. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. Ground ball away for the Flamingos, as that pitch misses high for ball 3. Layden looking for a strike here. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one fouled back for strike 2. Chrisman on deck, and then German in the hole. There is a righty warming up in the Asheboro bullpen, so don't think it will be Bell closing this thing out, I'm assuming. No action in the Flamingo bullpen. Payoff pitch. That one hit towards Quigley at short. He will drop it on purpose, step on second for 1. That will indeed be it. Tried to pull a fast one. It's actually a pretty smart play from the shortstop, Anthony Quigley, but the field umpire right on top of it, and that was the correct ruling for out number 2. There is a rule in that situation. If there's a line drive towards somebody, runner on first base, for example, as we just saw, as the first pitch is upstairs to Chrisman, where if you're a fielder and you purposely drop it like that, it still counts as a line out. So if it's obvious, as it was in that last play for Anthony Quigley, 1-0 pitch, that's getting past the gap between third and short. Runners will advance 90 feet. 2 out, single for Nathan Chrisman. If it's a fly ball, though, for example, that's where things can be a little different. As long as you let the ball hit the ground first in a situation like that, and the runner's not, running it out from the batter's box, could be a situation you want to do. I just saw Manny Machado do it last week. Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds was at first base, as that first pitch misses low and in for ball 1. And Machado, playing at third, let the ball drop and tossed it over to second base to get the speedy De La Cruz out. As that swung on and missed for strike 1, it will be a 1-1 count to Davis German. But if you're Machado, that's the savvy veteran play. That's why he's been playing for so long, on track for a potential Hall of Fame career. 1-1 pitch is fouled straight back, and the count will go to 1-2 against the righty German. Late and set. 1-2 pitch. Runners go. The slider is a little low for ball 2. No throw from the catcher Lindsay, so a couple runners in scoring position for Asheboro. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Asheboro up 8. Here's the pitch. That one running inside for ball 3. Another thing to consider, if there's a base hit into the outfield and both these runners score, the game will be over. The run rule will be in effect 10 after 7 or 8. So Asheboro's able to get a couple across, the game will end. Payoff pitch. That one upstairs for ball 4.
That walk is brought to you by North Carolina Baseball Academy. Train with the best. Visit the North Carolina Baseball Academy in Greensboro. Stepping to the plate, number 8, second baseman, University of South Carolina agent, Flamingo.
The one run rule that the Mingos have suffered this season came early this year, June 3rd against Lexington County, the first game of a doubleheader. They lost 14-0. That one actually ended after 5. First pitch to the second baseman, Sal Lamo, high for ball 1. Since then, Mingos have not had a run rule loss, but that's potentially in danger here. Bases loaded for the Asheboro Zookeepers. 2 outs with the second baseman Sal Lamo digging in for the 5th time tonight. Lamo 0 for 2 today with a couple of walks. Also flew out to Johnson and right and struck out his last time up. Him and the 3-hole hitter Jake Griffith, the only Zookeepers to not record a hit so far tonight. 1-0 coming from Layden. Here it is. It's fouled back for strike 1. Top of the order up next for Asheboro. Could only see 2 more hitters in this inning. 1-1 from Layden. That one upstairs for ball 2. Small leads for all runners for Asheboro. 2-1 pitch coming from Layden. That one well hit down the right field line, but way foul. Not even sure if that's going to remain in the stadium here at McCrary Park. And the count will even up at 2-2. 0 at third, Chrisman at second, and German at first. 2-2 pitch coming from Layden. Here it is. That one low and in for ball 3. There's that breaking pitch again. So a full count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mingos down 13-5. Payoff pitch coming from or to Sal Lamo. Runners will be going. Here's the pitch. It is downstairs. It will be a bases loaded walk, and the Zookeepers expand the lead to 9.
That walk is brought to you by North Carolina Baseball Academy. Train with the best. Visit the North Carolina Baseball Academy in Greensboro. To the plate for the Zookeepers, number 14, left fielder, Niagara University's Elijah Hamill.
So Eli Hamill digging in for the Zookeepers. Appearance number 6 for him on the plate. He has reached base in all 5 of his appearances. First pitch from Layden. Hit towards Quigley at short. He will glove it. The throw to first is in time for out number 3. So Mingo's able to avoid the run rule, but they have to make up 9 in the top of the 9th. We'll see if they could do it after this quick break. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Top of the ninth here in Asheboro. Top of the order up for the Flamingos. First pitch to Paulie Mancino, called strike one. It was the first pitch from the righty Hayden Mills from Walters State Community College. Just finished his freshman year there. 1-0 swung on and missed. And Mills quickly up 0-2 on Mancino. Mills making his fourth appearance on the season, has thrown 5 1/3 for Asheboro so far. He's given up 11 runs and 5 hits. 0-2. That one chopped towards second base. Lamo will make the running, gloving play, and will flip it to first base for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down to start off the inning for Asheboro. It'll be Luke Schwartz up now and Anthony Quigley on deck. Enrique Alvarez in the hole for the Mingos. For Hayden Mills, he last threw the 23rd against the High Toms as he fires in a strike to go up 0-1 on Schwartz. Was not a outing to remember for Mills, and 1 1/3 gave up 10 runs, 8 of which were earned, as the 0-1 pitch misses upstairs for ball 1 on only 2 hits. Mills had 8 walks in that outing against the High Toms and no strikeouts, but so far has been pounding the strike zone here tonight. 1-1 pitch called strike 2. This is probably the exact situation you'd want to throw Mills in to improve his confidence. 1-2 pitch, a bouncer in front of the plate. Schwartz able to check his swing enough for it to be a ball. Appeal down to the first base umpire agrees with that assessment, and the count will be an even 2-2. And so far, Mills making the most of his new opportunity. 2-2 pitch. That went upstairs for ball 3. Schwartz today with a single and a double, 2 for 4 on the day so far. Still rocking the Waffle House arm sleeve. Payoff pitch, that one swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 2. So it'll be Anthony Quigley, the shortstop, digging in. He's the last hope for the Mingos. Bases empty, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Mingos down 14-5. First pitch from Mills outside will start off 1-0. Assuming the miracle of all miracles doesn't happen here, it just seems like a game you just want to quickly forget and bury if you are a Florence Flamingo. As Mills will step off. I think there's an issue with the mound once again. I think it's the back end of the mound. I think it's starting to come apart, it looks like, as the shortstop Nathan Krishman and the member of the Asheboro coaching staff come in to look at it. Gives us a chance to talk about the Zookeeper head coach, Corey Dunbar, in his first season as the head man. Played at North Carolina from 2013 to 2015. He was a catcher. He was a finalist for the Johnny Bench Award his last season. Goes to the best catcher in college baseball. So certainly quite the accomplishment. 1-0 pitch from Mills right behind home, ricocheting off the backstop, going right back to the catcher O. And the count will go to 2-0. Just a little high there from the righty Mills. 2-0. Quigley gets a piece of it. Goes right behind the catcher O though. And the count will go to 2-1. The good thing about baseball is that you could have a bad day and have another chance to correct yourself tomorrow. 2-1, that one hit into right field. That will get down in front of the right fielder German. It will be a 2-out single for Anthony Quigley. His second single of tonight's ballgame.
First baseman Florida International University, Enrique Alvarez.
And that opportunity for the Mingos will come tomorrow night against the Macon Bacon. It is Spirit of Florence night at Carolina Bank Field. We have a sold out crowd already. That was the first pitch to Enrique Alvarez, little out for ball one. Should be a really, really good crowd at the bank tomorrow night, similar to what we have here. Quickly going from first, pitches swung on and fouled down the left field line, just to the left of the Flamingo bullpen. Count will go to 1-1. I will say, Asheboro throughout this entire game has responded very well to their fans. Anytime they have scored or something exciting has happened, as that 1-1 pitch misses high for ball two, they have encouraged their crowd to get into it, raising their hands to pump up the sold-out crowd here at McCrary Park. Done a really, really good job of interacting with the fans and feeding off of their energy, as the 2-1 pitch from Mills misses out for ball three. And you would certainly hope that the Flamingo crowd tomorrow will have a similar type of energy and enthusiasm, as that 3-1 pitch misses out for ball four. Runners on second and first for the Mingos.
Stepping in place for the Flamingos, number 26, DH St. Joseph's University's Tim Dickinson.
So certainly looking forward to the environment tomorrow night. Should be a really, really good scene. We also have fireworks after, just like we will here in Asheboro. Runners on second and first for Dickinson. The first pitch from Mills outside for ball one. It'll be the first of two games against Macon, a back-to-back. They will be at Macon on Friday the 4th. 1-0. That one high and out for ball two. So that would be 3 straight nights that the Florence Flamingos have played a 4th of July game in somebody's ballpark. This time in Asheboro, tomorrow in Florence, and Friday at Macon. 2-0 pitch missing out for ball three. So Flamingos will definitely be used to seeing fireworks these next 3 nights. 3-0. That is taken for strike one. Three-one pitch coming from Mills. Here it is. That one hit into left field. Hamill back on it and will make the catch for out number 3. That is how tonight's ball game will end. A tough loss for the Florence Flamingos. They go down 14-5 to the Asheboro Zookeepers in a game that the Flamingo pitching did not live up to their numbers that they have shown all season long. For Florence, they get 5 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. For Asheboro, they plate 14 on 11 hits and had 4 errors defensively tonight. Asheboro will improve to 16-10 on the season, improving on their strong start. Will remain second in the Western Division here in the Coastal Plain League. Now winners of 3 of their last 4. They will head to Forest City tomorrow night to take on the Owls in a battle of the 2 best teams in the Western Division. They'll have an off day Friday and then take on the HP Thomasville High Toms Saturday night. Up next for the Mingos, they will fall to 9-14. They will take on the rival Macon Bacon tomorrow night. It is Spirit of Florence night at Carolina Bank Field. We'll have fireworks after the game in front of a sold-out crowd. Should be quite the environment tomorrow at the bank. And then they'll be at Macon on Friday. And then Saturday night, they will take on the Lexington County Blowfish at home. That will be Heroes and Villains night, so another good theme night at the park on Saturday, and then they will get their rest for the All-Star break Sunday through Tuesday. As for now, this is Brian Miller signing off from Flamingo Radio. Hope to see you all tomorrow night. First pitch will be at 7. Stream will be at around 6:55 or so on Flow Sports between the Mingos and the Bacon. Hope to see you then. As for now, this is Brian signing off on Flamingo Radio. Mingos down 14-5 to Asheboro.